Right, I've just done a mastery in this tank, Panzer III, Tier 4 German medium tank. So I think I'll do a review of it. It's a nice looking tank, quite good armour. We'll call up Tank Inspector and I shall do a full review of this, so bear with me a second, guys. Quite a good Tier 4. So I've set it up against a 47mm gun, which is the standard sort of thing you'll find at Tier 4, 47mm penetration. This was the standard for the Wehrmacht, and let's have a closer look at it. The front, you've got an area of 50mm. Got a zone here, it's only 10mm, but it's difficult to see at the angle. Then this section at the front is 70mm, with it dropping to 30 and 30 for very small points here. Around the gun, it's 30, but with spaced armour of 20. As you can see, there's the 30mm of armour behind, but the 20mm of spaced armour over the top. Let's have a closer look at those zones. So yes, thinner area, but if you could get an angle down on the tank, it's very thin here, and the top. So it's quite a nice target for artillery, but it's quite mobile. So if you can angle the tank, this sort of an angle, you can then use the tracks to soak shots. So it's from around about 70-80mm. Working back, you've got a couple of areas there which you may be able to get a shot through from the side, which would make it only about 40mm. But generally, at this sort of an angle, it would eat the shots and just ricochet. And the front would be up to about 60mm. But if you angle it even more, let's turn the turret this way, so it's facing here. You've then got 60mm and increasing. This plate will be up to about 80mm, which is really, really good. And then the tracks down below from about 90mm, 80-90mm, and going upwards. Very strong. This area, the commander's cupola at the top, 50mm, but the equivalent of 55mm. And if you get the side, that should be a glancing shot, which will just ricochet. So yeah, it's a very tough tank. From the sides, this area is 30. From the rear, 50mm. So it's actually quite tough from the rear. And the turret, 30. And it's easy to shoot the commander's cupola at the back. So, as you notice, I've gone for the middle barrel. I've gone for the 5cm KWK 3039 L70, which has got 67mm standard pen, 130 premium, and 25 with HE, for damage of generally 70 per shot, and 90 with HE if you can get it to pen. Now, the reason I go for this one is because it's got more pen than the 5cm. I put binoculars on to give a better view range, improved vents to give 5% on every skill, and a medium caliber tank gun rammer to give you an extra 10% for your loading, which really helps. I always put on automatic fire extinguisher, large repair kit, and first aid kit. So let's have a quick look at the tank itself. The firepower is totally underwhelming. 67mm of pen, whereas you expect the average to be 85-86mm, so it's 85.9. So it's almost 20mm less, which is significantly bad. The German gun, the 5cm, was not very good, but using the tungsten rounds, the firepower of the tank went up from that level up to 130. So with the average for the APCR being around about 121.8, so it's 8 more than the average for this tier for premium ammo. So we'll look at the stats for the premium, because that's what I use for dealing with targets I want to kill or else that I feel are going to be tough to kill. The damage per shot is 70, which is down by just under 30, whereas because the average for this tier is about 98.5. The DPM, because the fire rate, is actually up by 278, which is very good. Normally it's about 1712, but this gun can actually pump out the shots and do almost 1,990 damage, which is brilliant. Reload time is only 2.1 seconds, which is almost 1.3 seconds faster than the average. and your rate of fire is 28 and almost at 28.5 shots a minute, which is 10, almost 11 shots more than the average. So it's very, very snappy, very punchy, very quick gun. So which gives you that high DPM. The ammo capacity compensates for that. You're firing all those shots, but instead of the normal 66 rounds you'd get at this tier, you've actually got 93 shots, so you can do a significant amount of damage. The shell velocity, that's another reason why I choose this gun, because with the special ammo you can get, it's got a higher shell velocity by 271 meters, so the average would be 73 meters per second, whereas this has just over a kilometer a second, 1,044 meters a second, which at this tier is very, very good. So your shot could be slamming into your next fastest shot. Not only is coming out of the barrel faster than your opponent, but it's actually hitting the target, so your shot may be able to kill them before they've even fired that shot back at you. So that's another very good thing about this tank. The average damage dealt is 132 for this tank, which is significantly down, and I think you should it needs to be looked at. This tank is very, very good in my eyes at this tier, and as you can see, I did quite well with it, and a lot more than 132, but you should be able to, if you use it properly, get significantly above that very easily into the 200-300s and get quite a nice WN8 with it. So that's a nice reason to use this tank at lower tiers. It's a hidden gem. Scouting view range, the way I've got it set up, is 421 meters, which is 90 above the standard for this level, which is 330 meters. So you've got an additional 90 meters, and with that additional view range, you're spotting enemies left, right, and centre. As you can see in the review, that they can guess where you are most of the time. But with that additional 90 meters of view range, which is 25-30% more than their range, they can't even see you, and you're firing those shots so quickly at them, you can just decimate your enemy with this tank. So I rate this tank quite a lot. Signal range, how I've got it set up, is 757 meters, which is brilliant. It's almost 200 meters more than the standard for this tier, which is very good. But it gets no special camo ability, which is a bit of a problem. The average assist is on this tank is just under 100, with the average for the tier being 77 or so. So it's even more for the assisting damage that you can do. So yeah, very nice. The accuracy on the gun, you're looking .375, whereas the average is .422. So it's quite nicely accurate. The aim time is basically the same. After shooting, it re-aims very quickly. Turret traverse, there's not a lot in it. On the move, it's .023 better. So that's any improvement is better. So yeah, it's more accurate. It's a good, punchy, accurate gun. Full speed and turning. Well, it's a very fast-moving tank with a good, fast-moving turret. So yes, it's going to be less accurate, but you don't have to turn the tank or the turret that fast. So you can negate this 0.9 worse effect by not turning so fast. But if you need to turn fast, you've got the ability to, but you don't have to. So you can actually almost ignore these figures, which is only there because you're moving so fast and circling your enemy so fast and taking them to pieces. Well, yeah, I don't see that as a bad thing. So the gun elevation is actually just slightly above the average. So slightly below the average, but still 20, which is very, very good. The gun depression is 6, so it's slightly down, whereas the average is 9.6, so that's something to watch out for. It's on a level plane, it's pretty good, but elevating and depressing, you could be at a disadvantage, so bear those in mind. Gun traverse is slightly down, almost 1.5 degrees a second worse, but 39 degrees a second is still quite good. Turret traverse itself, 46.9, which is above the average by almost 6 degrees a second, which is very good. That 45 turret traverse is almost 6 better than the average, and the hit rate, it says it's 36.76, but I get a much better hit rate because I use a different gun. I don't use the big one that does the 100 damage. I use the more accurate, faster firing. It costs you more in credits, but you'll do more damage and you'll get more hits and you'll get more experience. And then potentially, as long as you're not using premium, you will earn more credits. So it's a balancing act. Win rate, 46.93, so it's just down on the average, but I think it's because it's not being played properly at the moment. Average experience, only 146. So looking at these, the tank has got a lot of potential that people are just missing. So I want to help you to overcome that and use this and just show people what this tank can really do and how the Wehrmacht actually stormed across Europe using this tank, whereas the way it looks, oh, it's a bit of a damp squib. How did the Germans do it? Well, it's a hidden gem, and I think I can help you to discover that. WN8, it says only 438. Well, I'll show you. Have a look at my review. Try and get somewhere in between, and you will get a much better WN8 from it. Mobility. The power to weight ratio is 440, which is nice. It's 57 above the standard. The specific power is 21.77, which is very, very good, with the average being 17.1. So it's 4.5, 5 better than the average, which is very good. Chassis traverse, we've looked at. Now going forward, it's 64 kilometers an hour. A second would be good, which is very good. So it's a very nippy tank with very good mobility. All of these green arrows, it should be saying, wow, look at that. Even going backwards, it's faster than the average going backwards, and it's faster than some tanks going forwards. So 20 going backwards. So if you need to pull back, you can keep the armour to your enemy, pull back, get out of trouble, still keeping the frontage and still bouncing their shots. So yeah, that's very good. The terrain resistance, even on hard terrain, it's good. It's got that power to weight ratio, but it's got a better than average terrain resistance. So that's good, but this is where it really counts. The medium, not so much, but on the soft terrain, 0.397, which is significant. This is going to get bogged down less. Your enemies are going to get bogged down in soft terrain, and you will have even more of an advantage as they're stuck in place. So that's in boggy terrain. This is even better. So yeah, this is even more of a hidden, sneaky, tactical gem that's just overlooked, and hopefully I can help you to maximise it. Shell price, it's less, for standard. So you can make more money. You're looking, okay, income-wise, you'll only make 100 more. Overall, you're going to lose 700-800 credits. Okay, but you can have a blinking good game and get a great score with it if you use it properly. Health is actually slightly more, but it's only 4 more than the average. The ammo rack, everything is slightly worse than the average, so you've got to watch out for that. The components at this point were weaker. So yeah, it's not a lot, but it might make a difference. You never quite know. But that armor's good enough to stop shots going through. And the radio, German engineering, not only with that signal range, but it's stronger by 11. So yeah, if you can just tell your team, move around, zip around the battlefield and report back to your team where the enemy is, so you can just get those pigeons just laying shots down on the targets that you're not blowing to pieces yourself. So the armour, 21 mil, almost 22 mil more than the average, which is, at this level, is very strong. This is one of the reasons, one of the many reasons that the Panzer III was so good when it was developed and when it was being used. The sides, 4 less, but you saw with the tracks, they can eat shots. So it's small targets apart from the side area, which is slightly weaker. The rear of the hull, which potentially as you zip it past them, they may see, is actually stronger, so you've got more chance of bouncing those shots. The turret is stronger, and with the angling, very good. These sides of the turret was weaker, and at that point the Germans actually had a cross, which showed the opponents where to shoot. So that was they covered it over with earth to try and remove that, because it actually gave an aiming point at one of the weakest spots on the tank for the enemy anti-tank guns to fire at. So that was a bit of an own goal, but they soon sorted that out. Yes, so this is the tank in a nutshell. Right, let's get into a game. So we'll see what this the bad boy can do, and I shall show you the mastery that we've just got on this tank. So yeah, I didn't expect it, but let's see what this can actually do. So it's quite a nice solid tier 4 medium. So yeah, here we are, Lakeville. Looks quite a good setup. Just checking, doesn't show what the percentages are, but we've got a couple of tough tanks. Panzer II B2s. The Lee T28 is quite good on the other side. M8A1 is tough, and the T40 very nice. So they got some really good tanks and some good players. So yeah, it's not going to be an easy battle, I don't think. So as we start going into this, let's have a look. Yeah, it's a nice looking model. I do like the graphics. It's a
yes, it's time to crush my enemies, drive them before me, and hear the lamentation of their repair crews.
Go Jingles. Right, I've got a place I like heading down to on the centre of this map, which is a bush, which is perfect for TDs, and if you want to do a bit of sniping, get in early. So as it's a ranged location, I've decided to go for premium ammo. Otherwise, the pen at this range is useless. So park in here in the bush. Wait for the binoculars to start working. Someone coming in. Oh, it's a B2. Let's see if we can get some shots on.
Seriously?
And his armour's just so solid.
There is no justice in this world.
Even with premium, you know, he's such a tough looking. At this rate, oh yeah, he's down.
Doing more damage.
That one went in because it didn't hit the background. That one, I think, hit the background. He's gone. He's moved. I'm still firing to see if he's nearby, but no, he's moved. He could be anywhere now. So I'm thinking, okay, let's think about moving up. She has supporting me. Park here, see if I can get a spot on. Zoom in, wait for the binoculars to come up. Angle myself. Okay, nothing there as far as I can tell. Start moving forward so I can see some other... Oops, he must have got to give me a little push. That's it, binoculars back up. Can't see anything, so move on. He probably thinks, why is he stopping and starting? Is so I can stop and use the cover from the rocks, set the binoculars, move a bit further, set the binoculars, move a bit further. That's sort of the style, a good style of doing it. Oh, someone over there. Someone checking town, but there's the SU. There he is. Trying to get some shots on him.
No, not even slightly.
Oh, the snapshot. No, it's too far. Can I?
That would be a shot.
Yes. Oh, didn't get the kill shot, but later have a look, and that would have been, if I could have nailed him, that would have been my top gun, which would have been really nice. So moving up, he stopped. He's trying to do it slowly. Good way of doing it, but I didn't want to stop. I thought, okay, so he was copying me, and I decided to go for it. So yeah, I'm pushing on. And I see him there, but I think, well, he's actually AFK. So I'm going to go for the ones that he's the easy shot, but going for the guys over there, he isn't, unless he comes back from being AFK,
never underestimate
he isn't a problem.
Okay.
So I've got my arm angled towards him, so he can't really damage me anyway.
Okay.
So I decide to take these guys before they can deal damage to our guys. And now I can move up and deal with
Fine. Never underestimate the power of human stupidity.
That's it. Get close, just make sure that my shots count.
I have you now, Yankee dog. Doing more damage.
Not a lot of damage, but it just goes in. Yeah, I'm spamming a lot of gold. It may have gone in anyway, but with his armour, it's probably 50... I'd say probably 2/3 of the shots wouldn't have penned, so it would have been useless me firing them anyway, so I wanted to take him down. Coming up here, I do a bit of a snapshot. Stupidity. Don't let it fully aim, but it works. So I think great. Okay, one more. See if I can. There's one guy left, so I'm trying to move over. See if I can get the Kov before he gets back up. But he's gone. So that leaves me with a nice 5 kills. The whole team has done a fantastic job. So yeah, let's. I'll show you the post-game stats now. Right, victory Lakeville, Panzer III, Mastery, a couple of other medals, and high caliber. 1044 damage, spotted 214. Looks like a nice bit of damage. Oh, and got the medium tank mission, which is nice. Let's have a look. 5 kills, 899 experience, 28 shots, 23 hits, 18 penned, 1000 damage. Yeah, nice. So 7 shot, 5 killed. But we used a lot of premium, so yeah, lost 27,000. Right, yeah, that's this bad boy. So Panzer III, nice tank. So yeah, it's quite strong, quite good armour for the tier. So yeah, and quite a punchy gun as long as you use that premium. Yeah, so that's quite good. That is quite a good all-rounder, but it doesn't seem to have been getting the best made of it. So if you can use the that view range, use the ability to actually see your targets from range, deal the damage, pull back, get out of there if you're in trouble, or move up fast. Use the speed to move up fast, get into positions where you can take your opponents from the side, like you'll see I did with the TDs and that sort of thing. Get into a position where you can move fast, get into position, shoot them from range, then move up to their sides or rear and engage them from there and take advantage of their weaknesses. And in that circumstance, the bigger gun, if you can actually move from this higher penetration gun to the derp gun, if you can then get round behind them or the side, you could derp them right in the side and deal 110 damage per shot, which would just wreck somebody. So that's something I'm thinking of considering doing. That may be the way forward if you can get used to this being more mobile. I play it more as and use the frontal armour to defend, use the angles, and shoot from distance and make them bounce off the front of me while I'm putting shot after shot straight through them. So yeah, you got a couple of options. But if you can get round behind, like you saw with me, get round the side, shoot them from the side, negate their frontal armour, and just destroy them. And that's how you can get up with some really, really good scores, good WN8s, and get the mastery. Hope this has been helpful. If you've got any questions, just put them in the review after this. Happy to answer any questions. As my Irish granny used to say, she said, just help people along the way, because you never know. When you're on your way up, she said, if you step on people on your way up, they're going to remember when you're on your way down and give you a kicking. So look after people. Just we're a community, and it's everyone helping each other. So I want to help everybody to be really good. I'm not the best. The people are helping me, and it's all about working together to have as much fun as we can and enjoy this fantastic game that we love. So yeah. So if you've got any questions, just give me a message, PM me. Just say, "Hi, Rich. Come and help. I've got this problem." Or Gaming Bear, this is. I need some help. Can you come and platoon with me? So message me, send me an invite, and I'll come and give you a help as long as I'm not in a platoon already. But yeah, happy to help. So if you see me on, just say, "Oh, Gaming Bear, come and join us." So yeah, I want to help you guys, and there are guys who help me. We're all in it together. Let's just carry on enjoying this fantastic game and all help each other to get the best tanks and the best fun we can out of this. Thanks for listening to my review. Hope I haven't been going on about it too much. And see you on the next one. And thank you very, very much. Thanks, guys.